Welcome to the Musar Video Blog. This past Shabbos we read the Parshas Yisro. It's very famous. It's the Parsha in which we talk about when God came upon Mount Sinai, the whole Jewish people stood there, national revelation, God spoke the Ten Commandments. However, before we get to that whole story, there's another story. Yitro, Jethro, Moshe's father-in-law, comes to the Jewish people. He tells Moshe, I've been watching what's going on, the events that have happened. I've come here to join you. I want to be part of what will happen. This amazing experience. I recognize that there's something special going on here. This is the truth. I want to be a part of it. Okay, why is that story put before the event of the receiving of the Torah? I mean, well, you could say simply because it took place before that. But then why include it? What special message is this story giving to us that's so necessary as a prelude to the giving of the Torah? I think that there's two important elements to that story that are really, really important. They're important for the receiving of the Torah, and they're important in life in general, and especially someone who's embarked upon a Musar journey. And that is, here you have Yisro. He was referred to as Kohen Midyan, the high priest of Midyan. He was a big man. He had probably a very prestigious position in his country. And what does he do? Again, he's not a youngster. He decides that, based on what I see, I have come to understand that the truth lies with the Jewish people, and I want to be a part of it. That's amazing. Because, you know, we all have experiences where we hear something, see something, we get an epiphany, and yeah, that's right, that's true. I get it, it's true. And then we just go back to what we're doing. We don't do anything about it. Yisro was ready to change his whole life. He was headed in one direction, he'll do a 180 and go back, because you know why? This is true. What I've been doing is not true. And there's nothing more relevant than the truth. And whatever is necessary for me to do to change, I accept upon myself this mission, and I will make the change because it's the right thing to do. An incredible, incredible attitude through Yisro. That's something that we can all gain from. That when we see something, we know something has to be changed. Okay, don't just think about it. Don't just recognize it. Do something about it. One more similar type of event, because Yisro suggests to his son-in-law, Moshe, you know what you're doing? You're judging the people from morning to night. You're doing it all by yourself. Way too much. You have to delegate. Get someone appointed over the thousands, over the hundreds, over the 50s, over the 10s. Spread it out. The details of the suggestion are not that important, but the point is that Moshe said, that's a good idea. I'm going to do that. I will implement your idea. Imagine that. His father-in-law comes along and tells him something. I mean, come on. Your father-in-law tells you something? But Moshe says, no, it's a good idea. And if it's a good idea and it makes sense, then I'm going to do it. He lets go of his ego and just recognizes that this is something proper. This is something important. This needs to be done, and therefore, I will do it. Two examples. Yisro ready to make a 180, to make a total metamorphosis in his life, because it's true, and therefore I have to change. Moshe Rabbeinu accepting advice from his father-in-law. Stop doing it the way you're doing it. Change the whole pattern. The whole system has to be revamped. And he says, hey, you're right. Two examples of people that heard something, saw something, recognized something to be true, and said, I will do something about it. And they did. And that's so critical for all of us. When something is true, we have to not just think about it, but we have to do something about it, make the change. See you next time.